Hi everyone, it's Akini again. I just wanted to talk quickly about the divestment movement. Woo, child. Okay, I'm gonna say what I can say on YouTube because I know I try not to get too. I'll say this. I have spaces where we talk about this kind of stuff. And so if you want to be added to one of my groups, I will. I have an astrology group, and I have an astrology group, and I also have a Black women's group for self love and dating and marriage. Um, and so yes, I have those spaces available for women for us to talk and for us to dialogue. And I will be. I'm not gonna go fully. I can just go into a little bit, but we're gonna talk about this. So again, I wanted to let you guys know I have a retreat coming up in Lake Tahoe. During it's on literally on the summer solstice. We're gonna be bringing in summer. It's gonna be powerful. There's gonna be cannabis. There's gonna be mushrooms. There's gonna be healing. There's gonna be dancing. There's gonna be um spas. There's spa treatments. So you signing up, you do get a spa treatment. I will put the information below. Also, again, my vaginology course is available. And if you are a women's health practitioner, such as a doula, or you want to learn more about women's health, or you want to do what I do, you need this course. Um, Starting February 1st, we will be offering certifications and certificates as a vaginologist. So I'm super excited about that. That's going to be super, super dope. And let's think what else I have going on. Yes, my natural birth control tincture is still on sale. Good stuff, good stuff. All women's health stuff. Bomb. We're uplifting the woman. We're growing. And it's going to be dope. So I want to talk a little bit about divestment. I'm hearing a lot more and more and more and more of Black women saying that they're divesting from dating Black men. And like I said, as a younger woman, and I know a lot of the women who were in the conscious movement, they, vehemently disagree. Like, no, we have to stick together, and da 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 da. But over time, Black women have come to the conclusion, which I'm not. I'm gonna just say this. I don't disagree. I see where sisters are coming from. The R. Kelly thing definitely highlighted some of the problems that Black women have been talking about forever. But just in my experiences with Black men and other sisters' experiences with Black men, and I'm not, of course, I'm gonna say a little disclaimer. Of course, this is not all Black men. And kind of like what Fundy Fee said in her video, I'm talking about one of the videos I watched of hers, titled "The Plight of the Black Woman," and she's like, if you handling your business as a Black man, sit your ass to the left. Okay, we ain't talking about you. There's no need for you to try to get angry if you know that you're taking care of your woman, you're taking care of your family. There's no reason for you to even get mad. But unfortunately, like I said before, a lot of sisters have had experiences where they are hold on one second, y'all. Where they've been left in situations where they've been severely deprived of love, of emotional and financial support, and in these instances they were dating Black men. And again, as a Black woman, I will say that it is shunned for Black women to date out, and so a lot of women don't. I know there's a lot of fear propaganda with dating out, like, oh, if you date a white man, he's gonna kill you. You're a fetish. All kinds of things like that. And I just know that that keeps a lot of Black women from dating out, and so they remain within the Black community. Let me just say this at first. One thing that I went so you guys, I went to Spelman. And so Morehouse College is right across the street. Morehouse College is all men. It's a Black all men school. I went to a Black all girls school, all women school. So for me, I had the privilege, right, of going to school with educated Black men. I can't say, oh, I don't know any men with degrees. I don't know any men that make over this amount of money a year. I can't say that. I can't say that at all. I went to school with these men. One thing that I have found though with a lot of these men is that they have a superiority complex because they know, and if you listen to them, they'll tell you they know that they are a minority in their race and gender group. They know that. They're like, well, I got a degree from Morehouse. How many men you know got a degree from Morehouse and got an MBA and own his own home? So a lot of these men I've noticed, and this is not all, but I'm just telling you my experiences and experiences other women have had. They treat women like they should be happy to be in their fucking presence. You can have a degree too, but they feel like, again, black women currently in the United States are the most educated demographic. So it's like he could find another one of you. He could find another black woman with a master's degree. That ain't shit. But where you gonna find me? You know what I'm saying? A brother with a degree. You know what I'm saying? They act like that. And they act like you need to be happy that he's even tolerating you. That's one thing that I've noticed. And then, of course, there are the men who don't have the resources. And they do tend to be very difficult as well. I've noticed. They want you to hold them down, quote unquote. This is, a stereotype. They want you to hold them down. And they want you to grow with them and all kinds of stuff. So a lot of black women dealing with these two different types of men, they get frustrated because they try to make you feel like you're not good enough, or they make you feel like, yeah, I don't really have my shit together, but you should just work with me. And women have gotten tired, especially when you're the most educated demographic in the United States. You want someone to meet you where you are. You don't want anybody to treat you like you're less than, and you don't want anybody to treat you like you need to be thankful and hold on with them, and you know for a fact that they don't have the resources that they need, that you're always paying for shit. That was something that Fun DC talked about in her video. She said she had a waiter at a restaurant tell her, because what happened was the waiter came to the table when he put the check by her, and she was like, "Fuck," and she asked, she wants to get clear, like, why did you even do that? Because that's not even proper waiter protocol. And I know that. I've worked in the service industry forever, worked at several restaurants, worked at several nightclubs, and you give the bill to the man, and then of course if it's for her, he'll hand it to her, but you hand it to the man. So she was like, why did you do that? And she said that he was like, well, ma'am, the majority of black couples that come in here, the woman pays. And I'm gonna tell you, in my experience, in my service, I've noticed that too. And I know I told my man about that, and he was like, "The fuck?" And I think that, and there are a group of black men who are like, who think it's crazy because they weren't raised like that. You know what I mean? They saw a provider in their home, so they're like, "What? I wasn't paying for my food." They think that's crazy. Right? But there's enough instances of fuckery to know that this is a common norm. I mean, one of the stereotypes, sadly, in black communities is that it's single motherhood. You can blame women all day long about this, and I try to help women to avoid that situation and how to work through it when it does happen, because I've been there. But you have to look, they say a nation cannot rise any higher than its women. If you have to look at a community of women and the majority of them are parenting alone, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what you gotta say. It ain't all that, and it's not every black woman's fault. I know so many black women that are highly educated, own homes, have all kinds of things for themselves, grew up in two-parent homes themselves, and they still ended up single mothers. It's not us. I'm going to just say that again, because people try to get mad. It's not us. And there's a sister, also her name is, there's a lady her name is Dr. Portia Fulford. She's also on here, and I watched one of her lives recently, probably about a week ago, and she was saying that it's not a choice. people try to say it's a choice that you became a single mom. It's conditioning. And I agree 1000% because one of the things that I know I went through as a single mom, and one of the things that I, have experienced is that you are told, you are told and you are socialized to remain in relationships even when they aren't the best because there are so few men out there. There's so few. So you just need to hold on. And I know I've done that several times, held on to relationships with people because they always try to, and I hate this so much, y'all. Like, I hate it so much. They try to always make black women feel like, well, there's only so many men. There's only so many black men. And after a while, I think what happened is there were sisters who were like, maybe there are only so many black men, but there are a lot of men, period. And if you just sit there and you only date black men, you are shortchanging yourself. And I know a lot of sisters, they meet that with resistance. It's like, what? Ugh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. And I get it. Like, I totally get it. You know what I mean? Because we've been so deeply socialized that you can only be with other black people. You need to be with other black men and be with black men. And like I said, I get it. Like, I get it. I think black love is beautiful. I think black love is important. Like, I get it. And I think that that's deep. But when you see the disparagement, because even I was even talking to, my man, and we were talking, and he was just like telling me about how he's seen other black men be emotionally unavailable, like they don't want to do certain things that express a certain level of vulnerability. And a lot of this does come from intergenerational trauma. Like, these, a lot of these men are traumatized and they don't even want to go to therapy. So that's another level of it. You're like, damn, I would be with a brother, but he needs therapy and he don't even want to go to therapy. So it's like, how do y'all move forward? And he doesn't even want to. He's been socialized and told not to be vulnerable, not to be emotionally open. And then sisters are too. So I know that's something that a lot of brothers complain about, is that we're not emotionally open. So again, that hard-heartedness, this is why the retreat gonna be so dope. We're gonna open up your heart, sisters. We're gonna open up your heart. So that's real deep. And one of the other things that Fundy Fee said in the video was just that there are a lot of men that are angry with women for having abortions, or they were with a woman and she had a miscarriage and they said that hurt them. And she said, well, brother, did you make a safe space for her? And I was like, damn. Oh, she went there because I know I've seen that. I used to be a doula. I've seen women be pregnant, and y'all know if you have kids, especially you've been pregnant with, what's one of the most vulnerable times of your life. The most vulnerable times of your life, and for a motherfucker to leave you, or say they don't want to be with you, or kind of be there, not really be there 100%. That is actual real trauma. That's real trauma. There are so many women who are parenting kids and they have PTSD from when they carried those kids, and then top that off, he's nowhere to be fucking found, or he pops up when he feels like it. So it's a very traumatic experience. And then people laugh at black women for being single moms. It's bad. Like, it's so bad. And the thing is that if you talk to any single mother, I know all the single moms I've ever talked to, that was never it was never something that they planned on. They never planned on it. If anything, they were trying to avoid it. Another thing that I've realized, and I actually talked to another black man about this, and he agreed with me. That's the thing. He agreed with me. That's the thing. This wasn't no 25-year-old black man. This was a grown ass, married, had been married for about 7 or 8 years, hardworking, educated, black man. And we talked about how black men traditionally, and I'll say traditionally in the past 20 to 30 years, because that's how long I've been alive, they do not want to get married. And I've talked to another brother who had a PhD. I think he was about 30 or 31. He's about my age. And we talked about this as well on an intellectual level. And it's a common thing. And the thing is that they try to make you feel bad too that you want to get married. It's like, oh, what you want to do that for? Why? there's just this heavy level of like gaslighting that I notice that black women get from black men when they talk about having kids or getting married or buying a home. All of those things are you're rushing. You're rushing. Then when you get pregnant, um, if that does happen, they're cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Or they disappear. But then that whole marriage thing, they don't want to do that, and it's so ironic because being married, you have the opportunity. Let's not even think about kids. Being married, you have the opportunity to get tax cuts. You have the opportunity to build generational wealth. You have the opportunity to go into business together on a different level again, still get tax cuts. You have an ability to get childcare tax cuts if you have kids. You have all of these different things that you can get as a married couple that you can't get as a single person. And so therefore, like I said, you're able to build generational wealth because you get all these savings, you get all these perks, and all these other kind of things because you're married. And that's literally one of the things that black men avoid at all costs is marriage. And then we look at our communities and we're like, why are our communities so economically disenfranchised? Well, we don't even have families. Families are the cornerstone of communities. So as long as we have this single mom epidemic in the black community, we are going to see this type of economic deprivation. Now, is it possible that black women can come together and build their own things? Absolutely, and I think that that's kind of on the precipice right now because I think black women are just tired. I think black women are tired of waiting on black men to do shit, and I think that's why so many black women have decided to divest because we sit up and we watch us have all these conversations and panel discussions, but then there's no actual action being done in the community. Like I even heard sisters be like, "That's why I like brothers from the Nation of Islam because they be out doing stuff." And I'm gonna just there's any men watching, which I doubt, because I probably done pissed y'all off by now. That is what that turns women on, is to see men doing things. So when a man is like, "Baby, I would do anything for you, girl. I would be, I'll do this, I'll do that." That does make a woman light up. But when you actually do the shit, my God, okay, waterworks, okay? Like, women love that because the masculine is action. If you study astrology, y'all know that's one of my skills is astrology. Mars is the masculine principle. And Mars is the planet of action. It's the planet of physical activity, and it's the planet of getting shit done. Okay, Mars gets shit done, baby. That's what Mars does. Okay, even the book "Women Are from Venus, Men Are from Mars," Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus talks about these different things. And so what's happening is, the men ain't doing their part. Y'all don't be doing y'all's part. Okay, we having babies, breastfeeding, taking care of kids by ourselves, going to work, getting all these degrees, and you're looking at these men and they don't have shit. And then they're just like, "Well, I don't understand why you being so stuck up. Like, nigga, you don't even have a fourth of what the fuck I have going on. So how am I supposed to feel like, ooh, my man, like," and I'm gonna tell y'all, it's hard. It's hard to respect a man that ain't got shit. It's hard, especially when you have shit. Okay? All your shit is popping. Hold on one second, y'all. All of your shit is popping, and then you look over. Ooh, that was good. You look over, and he don't have nothing to offer, and you have to help him get to where he needs to go. So you have to mother him. Any kids you have, you gotta mother them, and then you gotta take care of yourself. It's like it's honestly like having another child. I've talked to so many black women about this shit, and they've concluded that it's like having another kid, and they would rather not. And then they go to these other races of people, and then black men get mad. Black men get mad and like, "Oh, you a traitor, you a bad wench, blah, 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 blah." Now, have I met women that I feel like have that they just have some tendencies and they just hate black men, and I'm kind of side-eyeing them? Yeah, absolutely. But I also see how badly a lot of women struggle with black men. And I know, and in some cases, I just can't blame them for just being like, fuck it all. Because like I said, I've just seen so much shit, and I've seen, whew, man, the depravity that black women go through with some of these men because they don't think that providing is important, and I just be like, damn. Versus when you go to other groups of men and they are willing to support you financially. They're willing to get married before having kids, or they make that a priority. Actually, getting married is a priority for them. I'm not sorry, brothers, but that's important. And the fact that y'all keep acting like somebody needs to look like Kim Kardashian, or somebody needs to be making six figures, or somebody needs to be with you for 10 years plus for them to be able to be afforded a marriage, I'm sorry. That's not normal. I know that, I know y'all have been socialized to think that, but that's not normal. And that's part of why there's so many men, black men especially, that suffer the way they do, because you don't have a wife. I'm gonna just tell you, it's because you don't have a wife. You aren't suitable for one, and even if you could get one, you don't take one on, and so you don't grow. And I've seen this time and time again where men, like I know some really wonderful brothers, and they get to about 30 to 33, and they're like, you know what, this dating shit, fuck this, I need a wife yesterday. I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not dealing with it. I need a wife. I can't be out here just dating these women. And again, I know it takes men longer to mature than women. My cat is making noise. It takes men longer to mature than women. Because I'm just like, it took you that long. We've been telling you that this whole time. Most women, we're 22, 23, we're ready to get married. Which is why a lot of women date older too. But again, but most men that I know, and these men that I know, most of them they do work, but they also own businesses as well. So these are not some bummy dudes. They own businesses, real businesses, and they are educated and they have jobs, careers. Um, and they switch into, I want to have a family, and I see there's such a difference between the other group of men who get to be that age and they're still doing future shit, having several babies, um, trying to hang on to a career that's failing, or some shit, some raggedy shit that they ain't really a career for real anyway. Avoiding marriage, but like I said, having babies everywhere, and then blaming people because they're on child support. I'm just like, child support is literally your punishment for not marrying your child's mom. I tell men that all the time. I don't feel bad for no man who made the decision to have a baby with a woman and didn't marry her and now you're on child support. Like, that's what happens when you don't provide for the person that you created a lineage with. I think that's the problem. We made it so easy for men to have a baby. No, you're the dad now, and they being with pride from that, and they don't have to make sure that the mama is good too. That's a problem. And I even heard men. Even heard women say that. Well, he ain't gotta do nothing for you because you're the mom. No, once you make a family with somebody, you're responsible for her and the baby. Yeah, you're responsible. And we've made it to where they don't have to be responsible. So men get to have multiple baby moms or whatever, and have this sense of pride that they spread their seed, and they don't have to be responsible for shit. They halfway don't take care of the damn kids. They definitely take care of the kid's mom. And I had somebody, was it Funny Feet that said this? But I recently heard somebody say you should look at the state of his ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, especially if he has kids, his children's mom. If she's suffering, you are a dumb ass bitch for going along with this man who left another woman in suffering. She should not be in suffering after separating from him with her child. That says a lot about him as a man. And most women I know, black women that I know who are single mothers, were left in a less than favorable situation, a worse situation than they were in before they met him. They was doing all right. They met him, and now they're doing kind of bad. Maybe they're on their way back to doing good, but when he left them with the child, they were not doing as good as they were before they met him. I've seen this time. I've seen this time and time again. And this is why women are divesting. Okay, this is why women are divesting. Matter of fact, I met a dude who was East African, and I had shared with him about it was something about having kids, and he said to me, again, this is somebody whose parents are not from the United States. He was born in the United States, but his parents were not born here. And I'm telling you, it's just the mentality is so different. Mentality is so different. He was like, there's no way I would have kids and not be married. Impossible. He was just like, there's just no way that would happen. Like, there's just no way. And I respected that because when it's a man, first, the fact that it's a man's responsibility to ask a woman's hand in marriage. Okay, first of all, that's his responsibility to ask her. Okay. When he said that, it made me see that he takes responsibility for that. So if there is, so for instance, if he were to have kids and not be married to their kid's mom, that statement showed me that he would take responsibility for that. Because he's like, there's no way that would happen to me. I get somebody pregnant, we get married. That's just it. You know what I mean? And so, again, like I said, in our society, men don't feel like that. And I think that says a lot about our society, that our men feel like, I can get you pregnant and let you have a whole baby, literally put your life on the line. Still expect you to give baby my last name. And I don't feel obligated to be legally married to you. And I think that's so crazy to me, because you can annul a marriage. If it don't work, y'all can just go to the courthouse in 2 weeks and be like, I don't like this motherfucker no more. It's time to get rid of it. Or you can go and you can get an actual divorce. But with a kid, you can't just say, oh no, fuck this, I don't want to do this no more. That's a lifelong responsibility. But other black men would rather have a baby than get married. I've seen this time. I know hella black men that got babies and they're not married to their kid's mom, but they feel like that can wait. Why can I don't like, oh my God, it's like it's just so much slave programming bullshit. I don't be understanding it. And like I said, other races of men don't agree with that kind of shit. They don't. They're not raised like that. They aren't given. And so again, you want to know why black women are leaving? Because we feel like we deserve weddings. We feel like we don't want to have babies and be treated like we literally committed a fucking crime by giving birth. So I swear to God, it seems like you have a baby in the black community. People act like they treat you the way they should treat pedophiles in the black community. Like, you're the most disgusting thing in the world because you got kids, but it's okay, whatever. I'm not even going to that. And so I think black women are tired of that, and I think they're like, I want to be cherished, I want to be loved, I want to be valued, because that's where we flourish, baby. That's where we flourish. And I know one thing that I've realized in relationships, and why I stopped settling as far as partnership and the things that I wanted, was because I realized every single relationship that I've gotten in, I have helped that person grow as a person. That's just what I do. I mean, that's part of why I do the work that I do. I help people grow. I help people reach the better versions of themselves. So it would be actually unfair, and it has been unfair in the past, where I've dated people and they learn so much shit from me. So much shit from me. And then they'll tell me that I'm amazing and I'm great, but they still don't want to get married. They still don't want to build a business with me. They still find other things to make a priority. And so I had to just kind of realize, like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with that shit no more. Like, I'm not dealing with that no more. I'm not going to deal with it. Because I realized, like, yeah, I bring a lot of fucking value to the damn table. A lot of it. Literally be transforming lives in this bitch. And then, I have to still deal with the different excuses about why marriage isn't important right now, or why it should wait, or why just other things that I thought that were important um weren't important. Like I even had a dude I was dating for several years, and he used to always tell me he was proud of me with my business, and that he was going to invest in my business. And then every time I asked him for some money for my business, he always was like, oh, well, I can only do this much. I can only do that this much. And I mean, he did a little bit here and there, but he really didn't. He talked a lot of shit. And like I said, I think that's something that a lot of black women can attest to, is that black men talk a lot of shit. And then when it's time to actually execute, they're like, I gotta actually do something. Yeah, dude. And it's crazy, that lack of inactivity, and still expecting sex, still expecting loyalty, desiring children, and they still don't want to give you shit. Like, it's just very crumbs. You get crumbs, and I mean, that's why black women are divesting. And I don't. I guess for me, I don't get why black men don't get why we're tired. I really don't get that. I know one of the common things I used to hear from black men is, y'all don't want a marriage, y'all want a wedding. Why shouldn't a woman want a wedding and a marriage? Why? And I even got to a point in my evolution where I was saying that too. Well, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if we do that, because as long as we get married, as long as we, like, no, bitch, I want the whole shebang. Why the fuck I gotta settle? Because if you get with a white bitch, you gonna have a wedding with her. And just like if I fuck with a white man, I bet you that I'm gonna have a full wedding. Why I gotta settle with you? That's that pick me shit. They want to keep you in that. I swear to God, a lot of them, they love for you to stay in that pick me space, because they can do as little as humanly fucking possible and still get the benefits of having a wife or having a living girlfriend. And then you're, at the end of the day, you're depleted. Black women are already depleted, and we're not going to go back any further. And I think that's what the tea is that we're just like, I'm not about to settle no more. I'm not settling no more. And they are, they just decided that they're going to deal with men who have more economic stability. And I know that makes a lot of men mad, but it's just like, either you're going to get with it or you're going to get lost. Like, either you're going to get with the program or not. Literally, I've heard that Caribbean parents, Asian parents, white parents, Middle Eastern parents tell their daughters, because some of these people are black now. I want you to hear this. They tell their daughters, do not date American black men. They leave women, as single mothers, and they do not provide. That is the stereotype of black men in this country. And I know that probably makes people mad, but that's the stereotype. And when they use that I'm telling you things that people have told me. I've talked to Chinese families. I've talked to Middle Eastern families. They tell their daughters, if you're going to date anybody, you're not going to date somebody in our culture, do not date a black American man. They tell their daughters this. Because they're like, if you do this, you're going to end up a single mother. And if you look, if you talk to black women, they'll tell you the same thing. The numbers are there. My mama just texted me. It's real, and it's definitely intergenerational trauma. Definitely intergenerational trauma. But then these dudes don't even want to go to therapy to talk about it. Like, I tried this. I tried this with an ex who was scared of marriage. I tried to go to therapy with him. We did 2 sessions and the nigga chickened out because it got too deep and he started bullshitting. I know that it's trauma and fear, but women again, we don't have the same level of fertility as men have. Our fertility is different. And so I'm gonna just say that I don't blame black women. And I know this is probably y'all gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe she said this. I don't blame black women for trying to get with men who are family and marriage focused, who are focused on building generational wealth and having a family. I don't blame any woman for that. I mean, every woman I know has grown up with this fairy tale, or most women, I'll say that they were gonna grow up and get married and have kids. And then we grow up and we start dating men from our communities, and our men are just like, marriage needs to be that doesn't need to be a priority right now, blah 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 blah. And but they get you pregnant, and then you just end up looking crazy, and then you were part of this stereotypical bullshit of this single black mother. Well, I know too many single black mothers. I'll say that, but it's not a coincidence, and that's why black women are divesting. That's why we feel that we deserve better treatment, and we feel that we deserve to be wives and not girlfriends, and we feel like we deserve to have providers. And it just seems that there are a lot of brothers who feel like those things are optional and feel that we're asking for too much. And so for a sister to be like, oh, I'm asking for too much, I'm just gonna go over here and then bing bing blah, living in a house, married, has children with her husband. Y'all didn't want to fuck with her. Kind of like with Serena. I'm gonna say it's kind of like with Serena Williams. Y'all didn't want to fuck with her. Y'all said she like a man. I don't know. I've always heard a lot of men say that Serena Williams was thick and fine and sexy. But again, I know she dated a few black men, and they were not willing to marry her. But she gets with this white guy, and within a year or two, she's married and pregnant. And people are like, oh my god, why did she do that? Why wouldn't she? Like, I don't get why wouldn't she? She got everything that most women want. She got to be able to have a wedding, and she got to be able to have a child with her husband. That's what most women want that. And I don't think men understand the level of deprivation that women feel when you're left with a child, or you're sitting around waiting around, your eggs is going nuts because you want to have a child within wedlock, but you're waiting forever for somebody to propose. I don't think y'all realize how painful that can be for a woman and how upsetting that can be for a woman. And so when y'all can't be mad at that. Just like I'm gonna say this, I've seen black men that I know, that I value, and I think that are amazing men, that was like, well, I proposed to a black woman before, and she told me that it wasn't a good time. And I dated this one black woman for a while. She said she didn't want to have kids or whatever. And they're basically having the same issue with black women. And they went to another race of women. And I'm not mad at them at all. I'm not mad at them. Because other races of women, they have, some of them aren't, because some of us are afraid to even do it because of the stereotypes. So these other women, they aren't afraid because they don't have those experiences. And so the brothers went over there. I ain't mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all, because it's like, you have to go where you're celebrated. You have to go where you're celebrated. So I mean, it's sad, it's unfortunate. Oh, the black families, womp womp womp. But people deserve to have the lifestyle that they want, and it's not fair for black women, especially black women, to keep bumping their heads against this wall, and for black men to still keep being so difficult about having families and providing. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. And just to let you know, it is a woman's, and Fundy Fee talks about this. She said that it is a woman's nature to seek security, and it is. You can look at the animal kingdom and prove that. And so if you know that a particular group of men are notorious for leaving women stranded with children, I can't blame the sisters, okay? So love y'all. Bye.